Welcome home to your very first episode of Tease the Day. I'm your host, Chris James. Want to stay abreast of the latest topics without being bored to death by the retards on the news? Are you tired of having to pretend Trevor Noah's funny in front of your work friends? Do you want to show up at the office armed with a fun fact, even though you'd prefer a loaded pistol? If you enjoy the savory aroma of a roasted politician, pull up a chair and grab a poking stick, cause you're welcome by my fire anytime. It's Tease the Day, everybody. Come on in. You're all welcome here. I love you. Come on, come in here. Come in here. Give me a little kiss. Come on. It's usual and customary for a governor. Today, to break your snooze. The CDC has approved Johnson & Johnson's single jab vaccine for distribution. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was authorized Friday for people 18 and older. It won't be the first time I've had to show my ID to get a couple of Johnsons in me. Whereas the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines require more shots than a no-knock raid at Breonna Taylor's house, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine requires only one dose and does not have to be frozen. But you may prefer it chilled for a more crisp, refreshing vaccine. Johnson & Johnson said it's got enough of the vaccine to inoculate over 20 million people by the end of March. We haven't seen this many people given immunity since Jeffrey Epstein was on trial. Former President Donald Trump spoke at CPAC this weekend. Trump began the speech by asking, "Do you miss me yet?" To which a fucking bunch of fags in the back were like, "Ooh. What the fuck is the joke?" Trump began the conference by asking, "Do you miss me yet?" which was followed by the sad howl of dozens of Trump reply guys. That joke sucks. Trump spent much of the speech bashing his successor Joe Biden, saying Biden has had the worst beginning of any president in modern history. Except for maybe that lady president in Myanmar who just got arrested by her own military. She's having a pretty rough start too. At one point during his speech, Trump just started listing things at random. He said already the Biden administration has proven that they are anti-jobs, anti-family, and anti-perspirant. Anti-borders, anti-energy, antelope, anti-woman, anti-science, anti-Jemima. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Trump said, "I also want to pay my love and respects to the great Rush Limbaugh, who's smiling down on us right now." And he gestured overhead where the open casket of Rush Limbaugh was swinging to and fro above the frenzied crowd. Putting an end to the rumors, Trump said, "We're not starting new parties. We're gonna keep this same old party going, baby! Woo!" And they played that video of him and Jeffrey Epstein dancing around in the background. Trump called Biden's deal with the teachers' unions morally inexcusable, saying that Joe Biden wanted to keep the children locked up in their homes for no reason at all. But if you think about it from Joe Biden's perspective, having the kids locked in their homes makes it much easier to contact, trace, track, and sniff them. At one point in the night, Trump said of Democrats that he would beat them a third time. However, it was unclear if he was referring to a 2024 presidential race or if he was expecting to get impeached again after the speech. 55% of conservatives said that they would support a Trump 2024 run. However, 43% polled also said they would support the Hamburglar. So Saturday, the House approved Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. The package will include $1,400 direct payments to American citizens, bringing the total that Americans have received over a year of COVID shutdowns to $3,200, which, let's be honest, is an incitement to violence. The spending bill, called the American Rescue Plan, also intends to improve vaccine distribution, extend unemployment aid, and connect Middle Eastern schools and hospitals with unemployed American moms. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who delayed passage of the COVID relief bill prior to the 2020 election, said without a stitch of irony, "It's a great day to take a vote to reduce the spread of this virus." Yeah, some might say it's a great day to pass that bill, Nance. Others might say that it's a late day to pass the bill. Still others might say it's about damn time. How was that fake outrage? That was pretty fun. Pelosi saluted Biden for his plan, which she said will put vaccinations in Americans' arms and money in their pockets. Which is good, all the dollar bills in their pockets should help insulate them from the cold pavement they've been sleeping on. Speaking of sleeping on, President Joe Biden said of the COVID relief bill, "We need to take quick action to pass this COVID relief bill." He took a brief pause between several of the words to take a quick micronap. What am I doing here? Golf star Tiger Woods is recovering from serious injuries suffered during an automobile accident. PGA pros honored the golf legend this past weekend by wearing his signature red and black on the course. PGA Tour hasn't seen this much red and black since the anarcho-communist company picnic. Company picnic? Why would they be at the PGA Tour? Okay, I should probably gesture towards where the picture's gonna be. The PGA Tour hasn't seen this much red and black on the course since the anarcho-communist company golf event. Tiger responded to the outpouring of love with a huge smile, saying, "When I turned on the TV and saw all the red shirts, I can't even begin to explain how touching that was. Mostly because I'm on a high dose of painkillers." At least 18 people are dead in the protests in Myanmar. Phil Robertson, Deputy Asia Director of Human Rights Watch, said, "The world is watching. Live ammunition should only be used to prevent death, injury, or K-pop concerts." New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has responded to sexual assault allegations against him. Governor Cuomo stated, "At work sometimes I think I'm being playful, and I make jokes that I think are funny. I mean no offense." Actually, I kind of agree with that. But if Cuomo gets to use that excuse, SNL has to rehire Shane Gillis. That's the rules. Governor Cuomo stated, "I now understand that my actions may have been insensitive or too personal, and may have been interpreted as an unwanted flirtation." Ah, yes, the old, "it was an accident" approach. "I'm not a creep, I'm just stupid." It's a piggy bank bandit. Authorities say a suspect known as the Piggy Bank Bandit robbed 2 U.S. bank branches on Sunday, or whatever the fuck. What is this sentence, dude? Authorities say a suspect known as the Piggy Bank Bandit robbed 2 U.S. bank branches in Phoenix on Friday. Dubbed the Piggy Bank Bandit on account of stealing the coin rolls from one of the robberies, it's clear this person is robbing banks in order to pay for their laundry. The suspect was described as being between 5'6" and 5'8", about 25 to 35 years old, and of unknown gender. Which brings up a good point. Never assume the gender of the person who's robbing you. That's wrong. Always ask for pronouns. Hello. Hi, welcome to U.S. Bank. How can I help you today? You can put the money in the fucking bag! Okay. I'll put it right in the bag. Give me the coins, too. Okay. That's all the coins, too. Just please don't hurt us, sir. Huh? It's ma'am! Yeah, sure, whatever. And now back to Breaking Snooze. A team digging at the archaeological site of Pompeii discovered a Lamborghini of chariots. That's a big-ass sentence. The large chariot, preserved in remarkable detail, is covered in ornate metal finishings, large iron wheels, and mud flaps with silhouettes of a naked lady. Archaeologists say the person who owned this chariot must have had a really small penis. The Phoenix Veterans Administration held a drive-through baby shower this weekend. The event allowed veterans to drive through the VA hospital parking lot with their masks on and hold their babies out the window for cleaning. Welcome to Tease the Day, the segment, where we go all the way back in time to make fun of the past. Let's get smarter by exploring history and dumber by making stupid jokes along the way. With me! March 1st, 1890. The first edition of Sherlock Holmes' first story, A Study in Scarlet, is published. My favorite Sherlock Holmes was the one where he catches Jeffrey Epstein. I like the part where Watson's in disguise as Epstein's assistant. Jeffrey, where should I procure some ladies for you? And Jeffrey says, elementary, Watson. March 1st, 1780. Pennsylvania becomes the first state to abolish slavery. But the law only applied to newborns, which comes as a fierce blow to the poopy diaper plantations who were only using the baby slaves. March 1st, 1973. Pink Floyd releases Dark Side of the Moon, which has since sold over 45 million copies. Did you know that if you play Dark Side of the Moon at the same time as you play Wizard of Oz, you can completely ruin your acid trip? Famous March 1st birthdays include several child stars who grew up to become international sex symbols, including Justin Bieber, Mark Paul Gosselaar, and Ron Howard. Boner check. What a dreamboat. Welcome to the Pot Roast. This is the part in the show where we get high and roast some motherfuckers. Let's do it. Today I'm not really getting super high. I'm actually smoking a CBG cigarette that I got from my good friend and the co-host of Who Do You Think You Are podcast, Mr. Pedro Ruelas. And let's go ahead and light her up. Did you hear that Alyssa Milano called CPAC attendees Nazis? I mean, of course she did, but she went full QPAC on it. She called them Nazis. She said that the stage was shaped like a Nazi symbol, and then she even targeted Hyatt for hosting the event. Alyssa Milano calling somebody a Nazi is like my crazy aunt telling me there's a ghost in her house. I believe that they exist, but I don't believe that you saw one. But you try to say that to my aunt, that she's gonna escalate. She's gonna escalate the story when you tell her it didn't happen. So it's like, he raped me. I was raped by a ghost. Alyssa, sure you were. Fine. You were raped by a ghost. That's great. I mean, how traumatizing could that even be anyways? What's it feel like to be raped by a ghost? It's like a gentle but persistent breeze. I was raped by that ghost and you're minimizing my trauma. Minimizer! And I know Alyssa Milano didn't say she got raped by a ghost, but I think it was Lady Gaga said she had sex with a ghost. And I could definitely see Alyssa Milano trying to yank that spotlight back onto her, by claiming she was, raped by the ghost of JFK. Marilyn Monroe used to stand over those subway grates and let the draft blow her dress up in the air. Her pussy must have been haunted. I think it was one of the ghosts of Marilyn Monroe's pussy that killed JFK. She should ask him next time he non-consensually appears inside of her. Anyways, now that we're high, it's time for a song. Don't call me Mr. Potato. My mustache, it don't define me. Don't call me Mr. Potato Head. My mustache, it don't define me. Don't call me. Well, that's it for our very first episode of Tease Today. I hope you found your stay enjoyable and our accommodations amenable. And our accommodations amenable. Well, that's it for our very first episode of Tease the Day. It's been a wild ride. Thanks for coming by. Thanks so much. I hope you found it invigorating. Come back tomorrow. We're always here. Well, that's it for our very first episode of Tease the Day. Thanks so much for coming by. Come back tomorrow. We're going to be here again. Go out and make fun today.